DIY is a way of life, buddy. Sweet. I am here with
Philip
from
IMADE3D.
Tell me a little bit about this machine. It looks super cool. It's like it's held together with zip ties, but like you would think that like, oh, zip ties, whatever. Dude, this thing is like, it's rock solid.
So, building your own 3D printer is quite a common thing in the 3D printing world. Many of the machines, the traditional reprint machines, take tens of hours to put together, and most people probably can't even finish. But we started this because we wanted to focus on the educational experience of building your own printer and actually understanding how it works and what's inside. We wanted to keep it, build it yourself, but we need to make the build experience itself better. We designed the printer from scratch specifically to be easy and enjoyable to build and to be a learning experience once it's built and beforehand. That's, for example, why it's transparent, because we wanted it to be sort of anti-black box, right? Transparent both physically and metaphorically, so that you can see how everything works, that there's nothing hidden. And then we just have features, by talking to teachers and students, like what they need. Like, we wanted to make everything modular, quick release, swap in and swap out. So we have the extruder as a quick swap, quick release. And if you're a teacher, what do you do in a classroom, right? So we knew we needed this to be quick swap, because then you have a bunch of these sitting around, and whatever happens, you just make it work in a split second, and then you troubleshoot it later. You can print your own spare parts. We try to stay true to the RepRap heritage. So we publish the designs, and you can print your own parts. You can hack it if you want to.
The machine itself, as I understand it, is for sale. However, the cool part of this machine is not necessarily just the machine. It's much bigger than just the machine. So please tell me a little bit about that.
We didn't start with wanting to design a 3D printer. That was a byproduct of what we wanted. What we wanted was a crash course in 3D printing in which people could build their own 3D printer if they're novices, if they have no clue what they're doing, and do it fast, easily, enjoyably, and learn something. And our idea initially was to do a one-day workshop, which is insane. Well, it's even worse because if you also need people to learn how to use the printer. And if you still want it as a one-day workshop, that means you only have a few hours to build the printer, because then you need a couple hours to learn to use it. And then you have lunch, then you have breaks, right? It's crazy. So you have only a few hours to build a printer. So we started to design our own printer specifically to be fast to build, because we wanted a workshop. That was the whole deal.
So this is specifically made for the workshop for educational purposes.
That's right. We wanted a specific learning experience, which was the building, right? Because if you do something with your own hands, you get a different kind of experience. You get a different kind of learning than if you just hear about things, right? If you build it, you understand it in a different way than if you read about it. And we wanted to take that and make it accessible to anyone.
Tell me a little bit about the courses. Tell me where you offer them, how someone can actually find out about these courses, where they can actually build one of these machines and get one.
The workshops. Okay, so our focus is, as of now, already more on teaching teachers and instructors and partnering with makerspaces and schools than just running workshops ourselves. We are running workshops in Virginia for most part, because that's where we're based. And so if you're local, you can go and get a workshop with us there. But even there, we're already partnering with local makerspace. And we're basically teaching the people at the makerspace to build the things, and then they run their own workshops. We are looking all over the US for partners, as for makerspaces or schools. That's a similar concept. So what we can do is to get teachers from that school, educate them on how 3D printers work, what to do with them, get them the hands-on experience that the students will get as well. Then they both know how to use it, they know how to fix it if it breaks, they have the confidence that they would lack if they just get a printer from the store and they're like, okay, learn what to do with this thing. And then they just take it to their students and they build the thing with their students themselves. And so what you can do if you have a bunch of these is to recycle the build experience itself. You build the printers with a bunch of kids, and you have a bunch of these maybe around sitting, printing, but then you just take a bunch of them apart, which takes about an hour or less, and you build it with another group of kids and sort of just recycle the build experience itself.
Right, yeah, because it even looks like you only need maybe a couple of tools to even build this thing.
Yeah, screwdriver, vice grip, and snips. 2 hex keys. Yeah.
That is awesome. That is super awesome. The printer is great, but the education thing is that's really what I love to see. Well, thank you so much, man. It was a pleasure to talk.